Welcome back to my channel. In this week's video, we'll be doing a watch me work. So I'm going to be doing a polygel overlay and refreshing this set. Polygel is super versatile. It's not just for extensions. So if you've ever wondered how to use it over natural nails for your clients, for yourself, it's great for growing out your natural nails, so on and so forth, then this video is for you. I'm starting by removing the gel polish and design from this previous set. We've been growing out her nails with a structured manicure, so I've been using a rubber base. It's actually the rubber base that we'll be releasing from my brand very soon in our next launch. So like I said, we've done 2 structured manicures on her and it was time for a refresh. So this time I'm going to switch her over to polygel. If you haven't tried a structured manicure with rubber base, I would highly recommend it. It's really great for nail biters especially. She's a nail biter and it's been really great to help grow out her nails a bit. And I feel like now is a great time to switch her over to polygel, though you could do it even with shorter nails. So right now I'm using a coarse Panabit to remove the gel polish and design and some of that rubber base very gently. I'm leaving a very thin layer of product, but if you had just done like a regular gel manicure over just like your natural nails, I would not use something this coarse. I would use something less coarse, file just enough for you to soak off that gel polish. But with a structured manicure, you can definitely use this type of technique. You just still want to be careful, keep your drill parallel to the nail plate and watch your speed as needed. And even though we are going to be switching to a different type of nail enhancement system this time, so to polygel, there's no need to soak off all of that rubber base. I'm just going to leave a very thin layer. It's a personal preference, but a very thin layer just protects the nail and I can work right over it and there's no problems with retention. We are pushing back the cuticle and starting our nail prep. I'm gonna go ahead and do that to all 10 fingers and just show a few clips here. And then I'm going to use baby powder, which if you saw in my last video is really great for like dry manicures and nail prep. It really helps absorb that extra oil. I'm starting off with a micro taper bit just to clean up that cuticle area at a low speed. And then we are also going to use a cuticle ball bit. Prep is super important whether you're using polygel over natural nails or extensions, so I like to take my time with these steps. Next, I'm going to use a hand file to reshape the nails. She wanted to keep them pretty round. Could also shorten the nails if desired. Next, I'm using a 240 grit sanding band. This is going to help prep the natural nail that's grown out. It's also going to just remove the shine from the rest of the nail and remove any polish that may be left over. Sometimes if there's little bits and pieces of polish I didn't get with the coarse bit, I will just wait until I use the sanding band because it's going to be way less harsh and easy to get some of those bits and pieces that are left behind. Now I'm using my favorite dehydrator, which is Young Nail Swipe with a lint-free wipe. That's going to remove any dust, any oils left on the nail plate. Now we're using Young Nails Protein Bond over the entire nail. This is a primer. Once that air dries, I'm going in with my base coat. I'm using our rubber base again, but I'm just using a layer of that. We're not doing a structured manicure where you do like a slip layer and then you build up the structure of the nail. Rubber base is amazing. It's so versatile as well. You can use it as just like a base coat under your polygel nails. I've even seen people use it under acrylic nails, so that's what we're doing here. We're applying a layer of that over the entire nail, fully curing, and do not remove the sticky layer. And for our polygel today, I'm using Wispy Peach. If you didn't know, I have my own nail brand. We have polygels, gel polishes, art gels, brushes. This is our Wispy Peach polygel. This is our polygel brush. You can shop at doperthanyournails.com. Link is in the description. Code YouTube to save 10%, and we do ship worldwide. I'm using alcohol for our liquid. So for a polygel overlay, you would just apply the polygel directly over the natural nail. We've applied our base coat and cured it, so we are all ready for application. You only need a small amount of product, so I'm using a small bead, placed it at the center, and then I'm starting to pat and tuck upward to the cuticle area. Make sure the sidewalls are clean and then smoothing the rest of the product out. You could always apply more product if you wanted a more opaque finish, but honestly, Wispy Peach is such a natural color. It blends so nicely with the natural nail that I kind of like it this way. And like I said, I don't want to apply a ton of product. I'm moving on to the next nail. Again, just using a small bead, tucking into the cuticle area and then removing the excess. We're just building a sufficient level of structure and coverage over the nail. So I would recommend starting your bead placement somewhere at the center, flattening it out with your brush towards the cuticle area, using the corners of your brush to tuck it in, and tilt your brush or your client's fingers or your hands from side to side as needed just to get those sidewalls clean. And then of course just drag out the rest of that product. And I always cure between layers if I am doing a second layer, if I feel like there's some more coverage or structure needed in some areas. So I would fully cure in your lamp in between. All of our neutral colors are super buildable, so as I said, you could always apply another layer if you wanted. But if you're going to be doing a bunch of gel polish and nail art like me, I would be mindful of how much product you apply because it's just going to build unnecessary thickness. We're done with application. Nails are all cured in the lamp. I've removed the sticky layer and now I'm going in with the fine grit 5-in-1 one bit just to clean up that cuticle area and go over the surface of the nail. You could even just use like a sanding band and hand file if you didn't want to use something like this for the natural nails, but I like to use it across the surface of the nail as well. I'm doing my best to keep the drill parallel to the nail plate and using it at a low speed, about 4 to 5 RPM. I'm also going to go over the surface with a hand file just ever so slightly, and we can also use this to reshape the nails as needed. I personally like to use a combination of a hand file and an e-file for shaping, whether I'm doing an overlay on natural nails or doing extensions. And almost all of these prep products and shaping products can be found on Amazon, so just check for my storefront link in the description and you should be able to find them easily organized there. Now for nail art, we want to make sure we have a really smooth and polished finish. Even if you weren't doing nail art, you want to get rid of any scratches and make sure everything is nice and smooth. So I like to use a 240 grit sanding band over the surface of the nail. For that ultra smooth finish, cuticle oil and a buffer, just make sure you cleanse with alcohol and remove that oil before polishing or doing any nail art. Now for nail art, I don't put anything else on the nail to prep. Once I've cleansed, everything that I'm using is going to stay. No problems with retention or chipping as long as you use high quality products. I'm using gel polishes from my brand. I'm starting off with Into the Fog Cat Eye. This is a super fun like silvery blue cat eye. She wanted like a moody forest scenery kind of vibe, kind of like a Twilight set that I did. So I'm painting a moon here using our Winter's Veil gel. I never get tired of doing this design. This pearlescent white Winter's Veil makes it super easy. This is from our winter collection. So you just polish and fill that in and then swirl around the gel either with your brush or a dotting tool before curing, and it gives it a really dimensional effect. It's also just great for like the seashell, pearly French tips, designs like that. To add the details to the moon, I'm using some of our art glass gels in Golden Hour and Etched Ember and just using a smaller brush to kind of dot and swirl that around. The jellies blend really nicely and they add some dimensional effect to the moon. I'm adding a thin layer of white around the moon just so I can add a little bit more glow with that Etched Ember. The Foggy Forks Twilight color, I did a design with this that went really viral and I've seen a ton of people recreate. So you just take a antique jade type gel polish, which is kind of like a teal jelly. Then I cure that and then I sponge on some white and then I overlay that with kind of a black sponged effect. This is just to create like the misty kind of background for the forest, and you can always add more white or black as needed. I like to use a sponge versus like an airbrush machine. For the forest silhouette, we're going to draw basically straight lines of varying heights with a black gel polish, then use the end of like a cleanup brush or something with like a little bit of density and just kind of start dabbing from side to side with a black gel to create the forest tree silhouette. And you can always add more and reinforce and kind of redefine the tree trunks and the points of them as needed to create the silhouette. And then you can just cure and top coat. And next we are going to do a mountain design. So I'm drawing a bunch of triangles. No need to fill it in with like polish perfectly because I'm going to blend white on top of that directly to start creating a gray color and some shading and dimension. Sometimes I like to blend on top of the colors when they're uncured to create shading. Other times it's easier to cure beforehand. Adding that white to one side of the mountain, then just kind of blending that out to create the gray. For the last design I filmed here, we did a bunny. I polished some black, cured that, and now I'm drawing the outline in white. You basically do a very rounded, almost like complete circle, but it's kind of more, I don't know if oval's the right term, but it's not a perfect circle. Now I'm using kind of the corner of my brush to create like a rounded point that is kind of elongated for the feet, a little circle for the tail, and then just fill that in and kind of connect all of it and redefine those lines as needed. 2 rounded curves for the ears, and now for the fun part, we're going to add more colors on top of that using antique jade. We're going to add that over the white. This is the same color we used for the background of the forest. It's kind of a glowing bunny in a way. I think with these colors, it kind of looked like it was glowing a bit. After I cured that, I added our Potion Garden gel polish, which is a sage green. I blended that in a little bit at the top and in the ears before I went in and added a little bit more antique jade to finish that off. And that's pretty much the end of this video. So I hope you enjoyed seeing the process for a polygel overlay. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in my next video.